USA! 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 Bam! Christian Pulisic with a beauty of a goal in the 38th minute as Team USA advances to the round of 16 with a 1-0 pulsating victory just a few hours ago in the World Cup. It was Pulisic's first goal of the World Cup as the United States advances to the knockout stage and will face the Netherlands on Saturday. The U.S. men's team has now reached the round of 16 in the last 3 World Cups and are on to the knockout stage for the 4th time in their last 5 World Cup appearances. And this is all sorts of awesome. I was so disappointed we didn't win on Friday against England. That tie, I felt like we completely outplayed them. This was a winner-go-home scenario, and leave it to Captain America Pulisic getting it done. Got hurt on the play. That was just incredible to watch. There was an unbelievable amount of confidence against Iran today, and I was just so impressed with the tenacity, the way Team USA came out. I was just so impressed with the way they were able to survive that incredible flurry at the end. Just amazing action. We all get into this. We all love it. Team USA, if they didn't advance to Saturday and they had to go home, this would have been a bitter disappointment. What a tremendous job. It's already a success for Team USA soccer. Like George Costanza once said, it's not a lie if you believe it. Now, that was after the Colts lost last night, and Jeff Saturday admitted today he should have called timeout late in the 4th quarter. No kidding, Jeff. What a disaster. What a literal waste of time. It's like, I don't know, maybe having coaching experience on some level would have mattered. Right here, right now, the Indianapolis Colts have all 3 timeouts. And Matt Ryan runs. And by the way, why he fell down here, I have no idea. Timeout! 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 They didn't call a timeout. The clock is running. They didn't have time to set up the play. They were rushed. Jonathan Taylor was literally on a road to nowhere. So they finally call it after that run. 4th down. Good job by the officials not throwing a flag here. And the Indianapolis Colts lose a football game to a really bad Pittsburgh Steelers team. And what a mess. What a complete and utter disaster. So the bloom is off the rose when it comes to Jeff Saturday, who should have never been hired in the first place. Look, I give him credit for adding a little juice and energy when they beat the Raiders. They outplayed Philadelphia, but come on. Jeff Saturday, I give him credit today for admitting that absolutely he should have called a timeout. Did he think that he could have taken those timeouts to the next game? This is why you had to hire a head coach with experience. But that all goes back to the Jim Irsay news conference when it was like a Saturday Night Live skit where he said he liked that Saturday didn't have experience, wasn't jaded by analytics. I mean, my goodness, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman almost fell out of the booth last night. I mean, the way Buck called that, where it was Matt Ryan goes down and, of course, Saturday's going to call a timeout, it was like in the same breath because it was just obvious. Then Saturday didn't do it. Aikman just said, wow, which is code for, what the hell was that? I mean, it's almost like you needed some kind of experience to, I don't know, be the head coach in the NFL. As long as Rodgers is healthy, of course he should stay as the Packers starting quarterback. I mean, this is obviously a waste of a season for Green Bay. They're on a road to nowhere. They're not going to make the playoffs, but still Aaron Rodgers' team. And Aaron Rodgers still has a lot of gas left in the tank. And if the oblique is fine and the lung is fine and the thumb is fine and he can breathe. And by the way, they have the Bears this weekend and everyone looks the part against the Bears. Of course, Aaron Rodgers should be the quarterback. And there's a far cry from the last 2 seasons where Rodgers won back-to-back MVPs. But listen, not to make an excuse for Aaron, but lost Devontae Adams, lost his quarterback coach, lost his offensive coordinator. And the real issues when you look at Green Bay and how atrocious they've been, I mean, the defense. Look at that number in terms of total defense. Remember the 3-1 start? Feels like a lifetime ago. The defense has let Rodgers and the Packers down. The offensive line has not been great. Matt LaFleur can't coach his way out of a paper bag. The receiving corps doesn't have any veteran talent. And please, Spare me the Jordan Love nonsense. Remember what he did when he started against the Chiefs in 2021? Remember what he did in big spots against ranked teams his last year in college? Look at that sickly, gross, pathetic, embarrassing completion percentage. 1 touchdown against 4 interceptions. Jordan Love is available for every team in the NFL this past offseason. Remember, it was a weak quarterback draft class. Were the Atlanta Falcons trying to make a trade for Jordan Love? Did the New Orleans Saints want Jordan Love? Was Seattle or Carolina daydreaming about Jordan Love? I don't want to hear you need to find out what you have with Jordan Love. You know what you have. He can't play. And Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. Now, Rodgers at the end of the season could demand the trade. Then you could see the Jets or the Titans or the 49ers or the Raiders. They'll be all over him because Aaron Rodgers is still, I believe, ability to play at a Hall of Fame level. There's no question about that. I think Aaron Rodgers is still an unbelievable player. This season is all about everything else. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers should be under center for the Green Bay Packers as long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy. Welcome back. Time to shine. A lot of great stuff to get off my chest on a Tuesday. And get ready to see Kenny Pickett to George Pickens in Pittsburgh for a long time. That was another great performance from that combination last night on the Monday Night Football stage. And you know I love Kenny Pickett at Pittsburgh and in the draft process. And you see the growth week in, week out. And, I mean, Pickens is a highlight reel. And this catch on the 2-point conversion, this connection was excellent. That sideline grab you just saw, that was great. Yeah, I'd pump my fist too if I had the best receiver from this draft class. And listen, these guys are cooking. They're clicking. It's a losing season for the first time ever for Mike Tomlin, but I think there's hope. First of all, I think they're going to win a lot of these games. The Atlanta game, they could beat Baltimore, Carolina, the Raiders, Ravens, Browns. I mean, it's not crazy here that the Pittsburgh Steelers can stockpile some wins, and it's about confidence and building for the future. And there are 2 types of teams in the NFL, those that have a quarterback and those that don't. With Kenny Pickett, the Pittsburgh Steelers absolutely have a quarterback, and a lot of teams, like the Packers and the Bears, we begged them to draft George Pickens, should regret the fact that they didn't take the stud receiver out of Georgia. Got to get this off my chest. Mike White must remain the starter going forward for the Jets. Zach Wilson, it's over. It's over. And I don't understand why Robert Saleh refused to stamp that this week after he did everything right in the press and with the lineup last week and playing Mike White against Chicago, which was a no-brainer decision. And if you play him against Chicago, you know you're going to get the numbers and you're going to have everyone feeling good. 300 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, that's what happens. And Zach Wilson, honestly, I don't want to see his face ever again. I mean, he's Jamarcus Russell. Statistically, talking to the press, his teammates can't stand him. He's one of the biggest busts in draft history, and his teammates can't stand him. Nobody wants to see Zach Wilson ever again. Mike White is not a top 40 quarterback, but he currently gives the Jets the best chance to win, and his best attribute is not Zach Wilson. So just let this thing ride. Let it go. I never want to see Wilson's face again. Great job by Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas admitting the mistake. We begged them, do not take Zach Wilson with the number 2 overall pick. And I give them credit for acknowledging by this move that they made a tremendous mistake. And by playing Mike White, that tells you all you need to know. Mike White gives the Jets the best chance to win. And the starting quarterback for the Jets, when they're going to be ready to make a Super Bowl run in 2023, is on a different team, whether it's Green Bay or the Raiders or San Francisco or in college. The quarterback for the Jets next year is not on the current roster. Got to get this off my chest. The 49ers remain my team to beat in the NFC because of their defense. And I give Jalen Hurts a ton of credit for how he played and carved up and scampered past the Packers. And Jalen Hurts is top 3 for MVP. But did you see that 49er defense and the way they absolutely stoned the New Orleans Saints. I mean, you know I love this defense beginning of the year for San Francisco, and it's about D'Amico Ryans is sensational as a coordinator. Nick Bosa is unbelievable. Warner's incredible. And the offense, they have a ton of weapons. They're so well coached. And you got McCaffrey and Debo and Kittle and Brandon Ayuk and Jimmy G. That was the first time in over 2 decades the Saints got shut out. That's because I believe, and credit Dallas and Philly, I don't want to discount them, even though I think that Dallas is going to beat Philly on Christmas Eve in a few weeks. San Francisco remains, to me, the most dangerous team in the NFC come playoff time. Got to get this off my chest. The Lakers. Are you kidding me? In a season to forget, this was the worst, because the Lakers were up big, up 17 in the fourth, and to be up 2 and lose on this 3 at the buzzer? Oh, man, my goodness. I mean, the Nuggets of futility down the stretch, just awful. I was ready to be on the air today on Time to Shine and stamp the Lakers are back, and Russ played great last night, and AD played great, and LeBron was solid, and Darvin Ham's got it going on. Instead, yikes. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.